Hello, my name is Todd Clark, and I will be doing my author presentation on David McCullough for History 320, the American Revolution. I chose David McCullough because he's an award-winning author with 13 books he has written, but specifically he has worked on 2 American Revolutionary books. David McCullough was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where he was raised by Irish immigrants, and he would later attend the University of Yale, earning a degree in English literature. Those years at Yale would push him into writing to where he was today. He studied at Yale with such members as John O'Hara, John Hershey, Robert Penn Warren, and he would even known to socialize with Pulitzer Prize winning novelist and playwright Thornton Wilder. While at Yale, though, he served apprenticeships at Time, Life, United States Information Agency, and the American Heritage, while also, after graduation, earning a position at Sports Illustrated, who hired him as a trainee. He later worked and edited and wrote for the United States Information Agency in Washington, D.C., and after that position, he decided that he could write on his own, and it was time for him to write something by himself. After leaving Yale and writing, he's won many awards. The Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian award that a United States citizen can receive. He would win 2 Pulitzer Prizes and many other awards, including 2 National Book Awards, 2 Francis Parkman Prizes, the New York Public Library's Literacy Lion Award. He would also be given over 40 honorary degrees, including one from Eastern Nazareth College in John Adams' hometown of Quincy, Massachusetts. John Adams would write 2 books about the American Revolutionary War in his list of 13 books he'd written. One, John Adams, and the other, 1776. Now, both of these books were hugely popular with the masses, having his books becoming widely popular, having several of his books on the New York bestseller list, including both of his American Revolution books, 1776 and John Adams. Both of these would be huge successes, and John Adams would be made into a mini-series on HBO that would also be an award-winning show. 1776 is was actually considered a companion piece to the earlier biography on John Adams, and focuses on the events surrounding the start of the American Revolution. While mostly revolving around the leadership of George Washington, there's also considerable attention to other characters that aren't mentioned in many American Revolutionary books and stories that are popular, like talking about King George, General Howe, Henry Knox, who would later become our first Secretary of War, and Nathaniel Greene. It would also discuss several key Revolutionary War battles that would include the Battle of Dorchester Heights, the Battle of Long Island, and the Battle of Trenton. Ironically enough, the actual signing of the Declaration of Independence is very minor in the book, as the main focus of the book is on military rather than political events. The John Adams story, while it does convey most of his life, the beginning of it actually talks about him traveling from Boston down to Philadelphia for meetings discussing the American Revolution. And major parts of the book do discuss his huge impact on the American Revolution and everything he did to get America into the war, and everything he did to help guide America to where the country is today. It would later go on and would talk about his election with Thomas Jefferson, his falling out, and his rekindleship with him. It also gives a very good insight into John Adams, as it does discuss and publish many letters, a lot of them between him and his wife Abigail. But the book puts a twist on the American Revolution through John Adams' eyes, which is, when looked at the American Revolution, he is a highly looked over character, but a very major part in the war. Looked under very much less than George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson and many of the generals that fought in the war. But I would highly recommend reading John Adams and 1776 because together they show a very good insight into the American Revolutionary War.